Jason.
I am Stina.
Welcome to
JS Adventure.
Part 2 of Mammoth Cave National Park. We're entering the Dome and Drip Tour. OK，准备要上公车了。Going on bus。
你刚刚走第一个。
他说第一个坐满才可以坐第二个。
哦。
Mammoth Cave。
I know I shouldn't. That's why I wanted to take it.
Bus ride. Just took the bus and we're here. It started to rain a little bit. Need to get into the cave quick. Another short hike to the entrance of the cave.
Hey down, kind of gather in, find yourselves a place where you can see, hear everything all right. Lots of space over here. You can get under a tree a little bit. I would recommend staying on the concrete because there's a lot of poison ivy off of the concrete. So try to find yourselves a place. There we go. Very common sense things like watching your head, watching the trail as we go through. It is a cave. It's going to be damp in places. It's going to be slippery in places. There'll be low-hanging rocks. Just be mindful of that. Give your eyes a chance to adjust to that cave lighting because it is pretty dim in there, kind of like movie theater lighting.
I do not want to get
Let's go. It's thundering. Let's get going.
for 5 people. Everyone on your flight.
Well, it is single file.
Daddy, that literally took up 45 minutes.
It's even colder here.
It's even colder?
What?
I hope not.
My what? My
Stairs.
Since it's a natural environment, we don't have to pump any air in, and because of how expansive Mammoth Cave is, we've got miles and miles of passageway. It's up inside of hills, and the temperature, how many of you noticed that nice temperature difference when we came in here? Nice 54 degrees. That temperature difference is what drives the airflow, the cycling of the air here in the cave. Right now, the air down here is much more dense than the air up there on the surface, and since Mammoth Cave is inside of a series of hills and ridges, it has openings that are close to the bottom of the hills, lower parts of the hill. Now it's a federal offense. We became a national park in 1941, and unfortunately you'll see more recent dates. But because of all the people writing on the walls of the cave, taking souvenirs out of the cave, damaging parts of the cave to put in trails, a lot of people realized that something needed to be done to help protect these places people were finding. People were still exploring, still discovering parts of Mammoth Cave, even in the 20s. Even now they're still discovering it. And there was a big fear that some of these new discoveries would be vandalized beyond recognition before very many people could come in and visit it.
So that's the inside the cage. It's all behind the gate, locked gate.
It was exactly perfect timing.
Just descending tons of stairs.
How much stairs? How many? Alright, how many stairs? was really tight.
Around there, you can still see.
Therefore, there's a big rock here.
Appreciate it. I know I have more. I get the big one. Get away! Booyah, booyah!
My mic doesn't work good in the bus. I'll just try to talk loud for a minute. You all know where you've been for the last 45 minutes inside a cave. You've been right inside this hill. That's where you've been walking down, about 250 feet.
Way back. Just finished the second floor.
In case you're wondering where you went in, right here. That's where the circle is. That's where you went over maybe on all steps. You went down about 250.
Okay, we're going into the Mammoth Cave Hotel. And we're gonna cross over to the visitor center.
Come on. Come on. Made it through 2 tours.
Thank you. There's a check-in for the hotel. Okay, so we're gonna walk this heritage trail. It's 0.5 miles. You can see the river and other underground stuff. Here's Stina. We got more souvenir actually. Show us a souvenir, Stina. We got an on sale t-shirt for how much? $10?
$9. It was $18.
Ooh, a Mammoth Cave t-shirt. Stretch it out.
They
Yay.
only have small one left.
It's cool.
So
Okay.
if Jason cannot fit, I will wear it.
Yeah, and then the other one. We also got stuffed animal. Look at how cute it is. The bat. Open. Close it. And then you're supposed to hang it upside down. I think it had the loop. Bat hanging upside down, right? Yeah,
We
so cute.
also got a mini one.
Yeah, we got a
Same
mini
thing,
one.
We got mini one for our neighbor.
Yeah, this souvenir for.
Yeah, for the little girl.
Okay. Okay, we finished both tour. What do you think? Which one do you like more?
I like the first one.
I like the first one more. First one is it's bigger, I feel. Everything
Yeah.
is bigger and larger. Second one has the pretty one, the selectamite and selectatite. Now you pronounce it. Or the flowstone and dripstone, but it's not as massive as other caves that I've been
No,
to.
but it's so it's so tight.
Everything is
it's-
so tight, like shoulder brushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the staircase going up and
Yeah.
staircase going up and down, and it's just
Yeah.
too much work.
Even though it's shorter distance, only 0.75 miles.
But a lot of stairs, like
Yeah, lots of
500
stairs.
staircases.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a historical entrance.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to go that way, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna head down to Historic Center. Continue on to Historic Center. Yeah,
So I guess if you just want to experience caving, the first
first
one
one
is
is better.
so much better.
First one is much better.
Yeah, it's easier.
And you get to experience like pure darkness and yeah.
Yeah. But the second one is if you're into like geography.
If you want like look at pretty geological formation
Yeah.
and you want to take picture, then
And if
maybe
you have
second one.
young children, really
First one is better for
Yeah.
fun. It's flat. All the roads
Yeah,
are
all the
mostly
flat are flat and they'll have railing and everything. The second one, it has very steep steps.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend because I see a lot of parents having to carry young children up and down, and it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, and the line drags really long. Like there's like almost 100 something people per tour. The first one is not bad because everyone stick together, but second one is this single file line.
Yeah.
It dragged really long, and then we have to sit in the front and wait for people to come in. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it got really dangerous. So
Yeah. So
people walk really slow.
yeah. So go to the first tour. It's called Historic Tour. Recommend that one if you only have time for one. And the second one is called Drip and Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is only if you have time and if you want to take pretty picture of cool stuff. Or if you have never been to like any cave, maybe second one would be good because you can see those rock formation.
But that's like real caving.
Yeah, but look at my t-shirt. It's Oregon Cave National Monument. This one has like way more majestic rock formation. It's a lot prettier than the one here. Here is not known for the pretty stone formation. Yeah, it's pretty dry. The cave is dry. It's not wet. That's why they don't have too many of those dripping.
Yeah, they only had them near the entrance.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go finish the hike. This is the water source for the cave, right? Oh, murky. People canoeing here. Okay, 所以我们看到河了。So apparently， 你看到叶子地上啊都是湿湿的。There was like a raining storm. When we're in the cave, we didn't feel anything at all. Maybe a slight flickering of light, according to some other people. And apparently, under the cave, we cannot feel earthquake because we're 250 feet down, and earthquake only affect like the top 50 feet, right? Yeah, so it's a safe place, but it's not a safe place for nuclear fallouts. So you can survive the initial blast, but after the initial blast, in winter, the cave is warmer, so it'll suck all the cold air inside the cave and all the radioactive dust, and you'll die anyways.
Good to know.
Yep, and they used it for TB, right?
Yeah.
They treat TB patient in there, but that's a bad idea, and they all die. Because TB like cold areas. Okay, have fun translating that, Stina. I just want to do it to make her translate those things.
So much.
I know. And another cool.
I would just say.
Another cool fact is that the bat will eat all the mosquito. That's why there's not many mosquito in this park, right?
Yeah.
So our plan is to get a pet bat and put it in our tent in a cage and we'll eat all the mosquito and we won't get bites. What do you think? That's a good idea, right?
That's a horrible idea.
Alright, I'll stop talking now. Heading to our car. It's a little tired, so talking to the camera distracts us a little bit. Alright. OK， 我们快要走到洞口了，然后就可以看到雾的一块白云这样子飘过来，一股凉风，很舒服，有没有？现在已经讲不出话了，exhausted， 太久没 hiking 了，现在。
不是，我讲话我就会乱掉我的呼吸。
哦，是吗？
这样我就不想。
我一路上都一直讲话，我都还可以呼吸啊。
可是我不想要乱掉我的节奏啊。
OK，
我有我自己的节奏。
好，我们到洞口了，非常的凉快。 对，我就 run away。一下热一下冷。
对啊。
现在是热的。在洞口吹冷气。Ah, feels so good. So cool. Alright, gonna head back to the car. With your Junior Ranger bag. She keeps showing off her Junior Ranger bag. It's like 三温暖，忽冷忽热，忽冷忽热。Alright, let's go. Going home. 所以我们成功完成今天的 trip 了，对不对？ Mammoth Cave day trip. We spent 6 hours, something? From here, from 8 till 3 now? 7 hours. 7 hours or something, right? We spent like 4 hours in the cave.
There's a lot to do though.
Yeah, there's lots of different tours you can take. Yeah. If you are adventurous enough, you can take the 6 hour on your foot, on your belly, caving trip.
Yeah. I guess you really have to choose the one that's for you, and they have so many different kind of tours. So just remember to book ahead of time.
Oh yeah, today is July 4th weekend. All the tickets are like sold out when we got there. Crazy. Good that we booked 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we're just hiking for fun. You know, nothing else to do, right? So just hiking, exercise.
And then we are going to
drive like 3 hours or something to our hotel, which is close to Suri National Battlefield or Military Park. Our last destination before we head home tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. July 4th on Battlefield. Alright, thanks for watching today. Bye. Okay, so we got this when we leave. It's a bison. I'm gonna bring it everywhere we go now to National Park, right? Okay, so we're heading home. Last sign of the picture. Mammoth Cave National Park. Okay. 他离开公园呢，一直说要结束，一直说要结束，然后就一直录，一直录，一直有新的 event. There's just so much happening in this park, right?
Yeah.
So fun, and we got this bison, little baby bison. It's the symbol for national park, right?
Yeah, bison is a symbol animal for national.
So by buying this, you support the National Park Trust, which helps support poor children to come to visit national park, right?
Underprivileged children.
Okay, now we're heading to hotel. 3 hours and 47 minutes. Here we go.
Now we are going to stop at the cave.
Oh yeah, that's right. KFC. We'll have to stop at KFC before we leave Kentucky to try out the original Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, actually, I checked on Google yesterday. They actually have the first original Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. It's in Coburn City. Yeah, but it's kind of far from where we are now. Maybe next time we'll go there.
They have a museum.
They have a museum and everything. Secret recipe. Yeah, right here. Okay, bye. It's me sleeping. Stina just woke me up. And bad news, we crossed the state line. We're in Tennessee now, and we didn't find a KFC on the way there. No, but we still have KFC if there's one. Just not KFC. It will be TFC, Tennessee Fried Chicken. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep, okay?
Are you hungry?
I'm okay, we'll wait for KFC. TSC. Good night. Okay, we found KFC, but in Tennessee. They have the extra crispy flavor. Alright, finally got it. Not the Kentucky Fried Chicken, but Tennessee Fried Chicken.
Oh, 4 biscuits.
Yeah, it's a biscuit. And we got the $20 fill up with 8 chicken and 2 mashed potato and coleslaw. And a root beer float from AW. 吃离肯塔基最近的我们可以去的肯塔基 fried chicken。
它现在是肯塔基的 fried chicken。
它是 extra crispy 新口味，比较粗的。
That's a huge one. That's a big one.
试看看，它是 extra crispy 口味。
你们很久没有做肯塔基了。
好好吃哦。味道跟 church chicken 真的不一样，有 spice 比较多。
Got gas. Got gas at Shell. GPS 没设。
换 Cena 开了，还在那间加油站看到这只，哇，超可爱的。I'm trying to collect all the pug I see, and I can't let it go, right? 它的比例有点怪怪的，肚子有点肥，尾巴没有卷，我脸皱得很可爱。Okay, we have arrived at the hotel. This is our room. It's pretty big. Consider this very ghetto. Not very ghetto, just very far away places. Not many cars on the way here, right? And it has a couch and everything. It's really nice. And the TV is like huge. Has fridge and microwave as well. Alright, we're gonna rest now. Say goodnight, Cena.
Alright, so this concludes our 2 parts Mammoth Cave National Park video. Tomorrow we'll be going to more national parks. Stay tuned for that. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next episode. Bye.